Hello, welcome to Mind Doctor. I'm Mahalakshmi Samson. Today I'm going to talk about the power of questioning, and I'm also going to teach you a very powerful model called the CARE model, so that when you learn that, it becomes a very powerful tool for you to use when you're stuck in a struggle, when you're stuck in a challenge, and you're completely overwhelmed. Can we get into the video? I'm sure you'll agree that most people don't struggle because they lack answers. They struggle because they don't know how to question themselves. When life feels overwhelming or reactive, what is missing at that moment is not motivation, but it is a process for clarity. That's why I want to share a simple framework, a tool that I use called the CARE model. Let me walk you through it using a real life situation. CARE model, if you look at it, the C in CARE stands for context. So when you're stuck with a particular challenge which is overwhelming for you, it's very important to understand what is the context that you're stuck in. So you need to ask the question, what is actually happening here? What is actually happening? Imagine this. Possibly you've been working very hard. You're putting in a lot of effort. But the results are not coming. You feel completely irritated, right? Of course, all of us, right? And let's say that you feel restless at that point of time. What usually happens to all of us is we start doubting ourselves. We start to doubt, are we good enough? That is when doubt actually starts creeping in. When it is creeping in, right, it is important for us to understand what is exactly happening. But before that, most of us, we jump into conclusions. That is when we start feeling, I am not good enough. The market is bad. What is the point? In fact, last week, one of my students was telling me that, Maha, I'm due for my promotion. And my boss said that you're going to be promoted. But when they came to know that I'm pregnant, they did not promote me. They only gave part of the responsibility that I need to take in that role. And the moment I the moment I took my maternity leave, right, the entire responsibility was given to another person. And she felt the company did not trust me. I think I'm not good enough because if I would have been good enough, I would have earned their trust, right? So that's what came into her mind, and that's what she was sharing. And this is very normal. It is just not about I'm not good enough. It also could be maybe the market is bad. People are not responding. People are not receiving me well. How do I find a new job? What is the point in talking anyway? I'm not going to get what I really want. But the model CARE begins here. The question is what is actually happening, and you need to get the answer without interpretation. For example, the answer would be like this: the project did not convert, the client did not respond, the deadline was missed. That's it. No meaning for that. You have to just look for facts and not stories of, your mind tells about the facts, the emotions that you feel about that. So no meaning yet, right? So you have to uncover the facts. Context slows the mind down. So the moment you are able to understand the context, it grounds you so that you can think on your feet. The A in CARE model it stands for awareness. And you can kindle the awareness by asking the question, what is happening inside me because of this challenge? Now you turn inward and ask what I'm feeling right now. Maybe it is a frustration, maybe it is an anxiety, maybe it's a fear of falling behind. Then ask, what belief is shaping this feeling. Every feeling that we experience, there is a belief that is attached to it, and it's very important for us to find out what is that belief that is shaping this feeling. Effort should give immediate results. If I don't succeed, I will lose my relevance, could be your belief, or something more also. But it is important to understand where is it that I'm getting this feeling and uncover that belief. And also understand that awareness is not overthinking, but it is naming the inner weather. The moment you are able to identify what is that about, once named, then you can your body and mind will soften. The R in care model stands for responsibility. In that issue, what is it that I have to own? What is mine to own is something that you need to find out. Here is where most people resist. We misunderstand responsibility for blame. Responsibility doesn't mean everything is your fault. It asks what part of this is within my control. Maybe it is about how you follow up. Maybe it is about how you communicate value. Maybe it is about how you respond emotionally. Then comes the deeper question, what choice am I avoiding right now? Is that about avoiding feedback? Is that about avoiding learning? Is that about avoiding letting go of an old approach? The moment you are able to understand what is your responsibility in that context, in that struggle that you are undergoing, then you will get your power back, because responsibility returns your power. And the E in care model stands for evolution, which means now I know what is the context, now I know what is the awareness, and I know what is my responsibility in this challenge. Then what is the next aligned step that I can take? That is evolution. Now you don't overwhelm yourself. There is no need to overwhelm yourself. All that you need to do is you need to ask, what is that one small clear action step that I can take today? Maybe one honest conversation it could be. Maybe one skill upgrade it could be. Maybe it is about one boundary that you need to set. And finally, who do I choose to be in this moment is very important. Are you going to be a person who is reactive, or are you going to be a person who is grounded? Is very important. How you show up to the outside world when you face challenges is very important. Evolution is not dramatic, but evolution is deliberate. Right? So, without care, right, if you don't apply the care model, right, you will experience your emotions run the show. The stories that your mind tells you, you will feel they are facts. And you will also feel your reactions are right, it is just justified. But with care, what will happen to you is, with care, when you use care as a tool, when you are in a moment of struggle, when you are in a moment of problem, it gives you clarity, and this clarity replaces confusion. It helps you to understand your responsibility, and from the space that responsibility replaces blame, and choice replaces reaction. Please understand that you don't use the care model to fix yourself, fix your problems, but you need to use it to lead yourself powerfully. From the space, one situation, one moment, one honest question at a time. And that's how clarity is built. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this video has given some clarity what you can do when you're stuck with a struggle. I invite you to share your insights in the comments, and I invite you to subscribe my YouTube channel so that you get the videos that I post immediately after I post it. So remember, when you don't question your life, your emotions do it for you. Thank you, and see you in the next video.